So I thought, let me run back to Dollar Tree and I'll get another one of these pumpkin wreath forms. Well, they were all gone. They had none, and I asked the cashier, and she said, oh, we sold out all of them within 2 days. They were all gone. The whole box was sold. So I went to another Dollar Tree. They were sold out. It's not really that big of a deal. In Greensboro, Dollar Trees, there are tons of them. So I went to a third one. They were sold out. So, but they're all within like 5 minutes of each other. They're everywhere around here. It's kind of like Starbucks. We have a Dollar Tree on every corner practically. So it was looking like I was not going to be able to get another one of these. So I had to go elsewhere to find this one. Look, and here's, so this is another one. Now it's thicker and it's not quite as wide. It's, I mean it's close. It's basically the same thing. So that way I can make 2 of these doohickeys right here. I have no idea what I'm gonna do with them. I'll probably just give them to whoever. But you see, I already have my fall wreath all ready to go, so I don't need anything for my door. But I just want to try this and see how it works out. Now, if you've seen my other wreath videos, you know that I'm a big fan of the starburst technique for making bundles for wreaths. That's my favorite style. I think it looks really pretty. The only problem is basically everything you make looks the same. I don't care. I still enjoy doing it. Now with this, we're going to try something different. If you saw the Halloween wreath video I did last year, we're going to use that technique. We're not going to do the starburst type of bundles with the mesh. We're going to roll the mesh. We're going to just roll it up, and that makes the bundles smaller and it makes them more compact. And I thought, because see, it's not going to be like putting stuff on the round form, so this is going to be totally different. I think the rolls, the bundles made with rolls, would look better on this. Now I could be totally wrong. Like I said, I've never done anything like this before, so we're just going to experiment with it. So I have 2 pumpkin wreath forms, which is great. And then I'm going to show you, I went up into the attic and I just pulled out a bunch of, I have 2 totes up there of all kinds of mesh and ribbon, decorative stuff for the wreath. So I have lots of stuff, so I went through that and I actually bought some more stuff. But I wanted to show you a couple of the cool things that I found at Dollar Tree while I was in there. Now this was at one Dollar Tree, but not the other 2. So maybe not every Dollar Tree gets these. I don't know. You know how most of the wreath forms are green? They're that dark green color. I don't know if it matters at all, but at least right now they have these, and they're kind of like a khaki color. They have these khaki colored wreath forms. I didn't need them, but I went ahead and grabbed a couple of them just because I've never seen any like that. They also have some that are just the bare metal, just the silver. This is like coat hanger material. They have some that are just the silver metal, and I don't know if you like to make wreaths. That might matter depending on the kind of wreath you make. I don't know, but I've just never seen any in there like that. And the cashier at the second one I went to also told me they had some in there that were shaped like footballs. They were like the pumpkins, but they were footballs. I didn't see any of those. Oh, and I also got, I don't have it in here with me, but they also have some that are like witches hats, and they're really tall, like a really tall witch's hat. I got one of those. I thought that would be fun to do for Halloween, but that's going to be later. I am not ready to even start thinking about that yet. So, but I went ahead and got it because I don't know if they'll be available later. But they do have one that looks like a big witch's hat. It was really cute. So yeah, you can get these that are a khaki color, and you can get the ones that don't have the coating on them. They're just bare metal. And of course they still have the standard dark green wreath forms that they always have. But now with 9 feet. They had a whole box of it, like a big old box of this stuff in all these colors. So, yeah, that one is kind of a peachy pink color. Oh, this one's neat too. Here's a green one with a little llama face on it. It's a pretty green Southwest llama ribbon. So you get 9 feet of that one. That's really pretty. I like that. Here's another one. It just has kind of like a Southwest-ish type of theme to it. It has little cacti all over it. Look at that. I think the background is white or off-white. It's kind of hard to tell. So there's that one. And this one is also labeled as Southwest Llama ribbon, but look at all the crazy stripes. Lots of colorful stripes on that ribbon. Okay, that one. And then I have one more. This one is, well, I'm looking at it upside down. This is just a parade of cacti, little potted cactus plants. But they're all labeled Southwest Llama ribbon. So if you can't find it where you are, you could probably go to DollarTree.com. And now, if you order it online, you have to get a whole case of it. So you're going to end up with a buttload of ribbon, but you might be able to find it on DollarTree.com. Their website is kind of squirrely. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And the problem I have with it is a lot of times when I go in there, if I try to order anything, it'll put the items in my cart, but then when I go to check out, they're all gone, and I have to add them back in, and then like they don't stay in the cart. I think somebody's stealing from my cart while I shop online. It's weird. I don't know, but it's frustrating. But maybe it's a Dollar Tree website. I don't know. It literally is Dollar Tree website, but maybe they got it at Dollar Tree. I don't know. I'm not trying to talk bad about anybody. I'm just saying I've had that problem. It's frustrating. So we have this awesome stack. Look at all these. Look at these cool designs. I wasn't in there for this, but when I saw it, I had to have it. You know what I think we're going to do with it? I'm going to look through my mesh and my wreath making stuff and see if I can come up with some different rolls of mesh and stuff. We're going to make a llama wreath. Not today, but I'm going to keep this out. And after I finish these wreaths, all the materials that I have left over, I will put back in the attic. And when I go up there to put it up, while I have the totes opened up, I'm going to go ahead and look through and see if I can find some colors to go with this. I'm thinking, like trying to find green. I don't have any peach colored mesh. I may have some pink, but I don't know if that would look right. White, maybe some orange. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look through the pumpkins, but I'm thinking you can't decorate pumpkins with pumpkins. That just seems kind of mean versus like it's cruel or something. You can't do that. You know, it's like the pig chef on the barbecue restaurant signs. It's just something's wrong with that. Oh no, it came look, it came undone. All those staples and they missed. Look. I'm gonna have to find some way to tuck that back in there. I don't even know where it came from. I'll figure something out. I got a hot glue gun. I can fix anything. So, I have these two ribbons. These are from Dollar Tree that we can put on there somewhere. Alright. Now, here are the two ideas that I had. I was thinking about this coming home after my class this morning. I thought, okay, I want to do one in all orange ribbon. So we're going to have bundles of this orange mesh, and I'm going to add ribbon also. I'm going to show you the ribbon in a minute, but for one of these, we're just going to have lots of orange mesh, no other colors of mesh. I'm just going to do this orange and gold mesh right here. And then for the other one, and for the stem up here, I was going to go with some dark brown mesh. I may still do that, but I have this black mesh. Now this is part of their Halloween stuff, and you can get this now. They have out all of at the Dollar Trees right here. They have all the Halloween stuff like this out. So if you're looking to make any kind of crafts for Halloween and you get your stuff at Dollar Tree, I would recommend going now because, well, this year may be different. I don't know. A lot of people might not even bother to do any kind of decorating for Halloween. I'm just thinking it's going to be very different this year, but you never know. But if you'd like to buy this kind of stuff at Dollar Tree, you might want to go now. Around here, anyway, I've noticed that a lot of the Halloween stuff is already getting picked through and bought. So, especially with the mesh and ribbon, a lot of that is getting gone already. So, if you have not looked at that, you might want to. So, I can use that for so we'll just I'll find some way to do some bundles up here to make it, since you just have the little stem right here. Alright, so that's one. Oh, and this may not work. This was just an idea I had. I got some just plain black satin ribbon at Dollar Tree. It almost looks navy blue, but I think it's black. I just got this plain satin ribbon. So I'm going to set that aside and save that. So for the skinny ribbon for these wreaths, we just have these three right here. I'm just going to leave it at that. So, the decorative stuff. Now I went up there and I just pulled out everything that I thought might work for these pumpkins. I don't want to overdo it, but I like to have everything in front of me, so when I'm actually putting it together, I can pick and choose from what I have. And I have a lot. Look at all that. Wow, that actually makes a nice little bouquet. I just laid it down like that. There's a pig in there somewhere. Where'd it go? Hang on. Alright. Now these came from Dollar Tree. I'm missing a leaf. It might work. What I was thinking was I might be able to take some of these little individual leaf pieces like this right here and just hot glue these down in there, but I don't want to do a bunch of these. Maybe just a few, because it would look weird if you had a pumpkin and it had a bunch of random tree leaves sticking out of it. And I found these pretty flowers. It says they're globe flowers. These came from Dollar Tree as well. And again, all this stuff is going to be great when we do our fall wreaths, which we haven't gotten to yet. But any of this stuff I don't use now, I can use in the fall wreaths. So there's that. I have these here. It says they're sunflowers. I love the color. Look at that pretty color. They're just such a nice orange color. It's like burnt orange. And again, I don't think I would put a lot of that in there. I have more leaves. These are more yellow, and they have little berries and a little phallic symbol sticking out. It's a gourd. I'm kidding. I could put a little gourd, although a gourd sticking out of a pumpkin seems kind of weird. Oh, get back on there. These are maple leaves. It's a maple bouquet. Don't give anybody that. They'll be very disappointed. All these flowers have little burlap petals. These are from Dollar Tree as well. And then I have this long stem of whatever the heck these things are. These leaves are nice. This, honestly, I would probably save this for the fall wreaths. I think this would look better in a wreath than in a pumpkin. And then I have this big thing here. Now this has a little bit of everything in it. We have leaves, styrofoam berries, styrofoam acorns, and a great big sunflower. Yeah. It's a nice, I like the combination of all the colors in this thing. They're really pretty. And I have some more flowers. These are a lighter orange color. These are from Dollar Tree. There's my little pig. Now this has several little things in it that, it has a little corn. Look at that. We can take this apart. I can just use my wire cutters and cut these little things off and just stick them in there individually, just here and there. I have a sprig of this stuff. It's tiny little styrofoam balls glued to sticks. See? But see, I can take my wire cutters and just cut. I mean, you can make it as big or as little as you want. You could just cut a little bit off, or you could cut this whole from last Christmas. I found these sparkly balls. I don't know if that would look good in a pumpkin or not, but I saw it in the tote and I grabbed it and brought it down here. So, little sparkly balls. Isn't that nice? So, the first thing we're going to do is make some bundles. I'm going to show you. Now, in all of these wreath videos, I show you how I make the bundles. Now, typically, we do the starburst technique, which is different from what we're going to do today. We're going to be rolling the mesh. So, if you have any prior experience with rolling anything, you might find this to be very easy. I think it's easier than the starburst technique to get used to. So, let's go ahead and get set up and start rolling. Alright, I've cut up some of the mesh and I've got some of the little chenille stems and our ribbon. You see how I've done this right here? This is called dovetailing. I'll show you how to do it. Oh, I've also done it with this skinnier ribbon, this 5/8 inch ribbon. I have dovetailed both ends of all of the ribbon. will show you how much mesh it took. Okay, so now you have these little things of mesh from Dollar Tree. I used up 4 of these orange ones like this. 4. And then an entire great big thing of mesh like this, only orange. The whole thing. And honestly, even with 4 of the Dollar Tree rolls in that one big roll. Oh, and all of the wide ribbon and almost all of the skinny ribbon. Even with all that, I still feel it's a little sparse and could use a little bit more, but I'm gonna stop. I think it's full enough, and then when we add some decorations to it, it's gonna look even better. But it's definitely different. Let me show you. I created a monster. And okay, it just looks like a little sprig of hair at the top, I know. But that's the stem. Just pretend that's the stem. But look. It's huge. This thing is massive. But you can see, oh, actually, not only did I use up all of the wide ribbon, I used up an additional roll of wide ribbon that I had to add to it because I ran out of all the other. So here it is. We have not decorated it yet. I had a thought while I was doing this. You know, one thing you could do if you want to do one of these, you could do each row as a different color. You could alternate. Like, you know, you have the wires going down. You could do one in orange and one in brown or multicolored or whatever. You could alternate and have stripes, you know, going down your pumpkin. I didn't do that, but I bet that actually looked pretty cool. So here is my massive pumpkin. This thing got heavy too. There's a lot of product in here. I mean, we have 4 Dollar Tree rolls of mesh and then 1 big fat roll of mesh, 4 big rolls of wide ribbon, and a lot of skinny ribbon. Almost all of the skinny ribbon went into this. Here's the back if you want to see what that looks like. You can see where I attached the bundles here, all over the all over the wire frame. So yeah, honestly, you know, I don't think this even looks like a pumpkin anymore. It looks like just a big amorphous blob of autumn. It's just bleh, autumn. Bleh, there you go. It took me about 3 hours to do this as far as making the bundles, putting them on here. I had to cut some more ribbon. All told, it took about 3 hours to do this. I know it may not look like it, but yeah, it was a little over 3 hours. So, alright, that's awesome. I'm gonna go ahead and do the second one with this right here. Now, it's gonna have this in it. It's not gonna have all this orange, so it's going to be a darker amorphous blob. And I found some more ribbon. I found this one. Because I ran out of ribbon, I thought those rolls would be enough to do both of these. It was not enough. It's funny because you can see where the ribbon overlaps. It says, "Give fast." I don't know. I just thought that was funny. And I found some of this dark, like a burnt orange ribbon in my stash. And I found another one of these green ones, which is good. I really like the way that green looks in these pumpkin. It's not really a wreath. I don't know what you call it, a wall hanging. I thought it looked really nice in this one. I like the little splashes of green here and there. I thought that was a nice touch. That green is just a really nice accent to it. So I'm not ready to decorate this one yet. I want to do the other one first, and then we will decorate both of them. But I'm going to get the second one done, and then I will show you that before I go any further. I have now finished the second wreath, and I was right. I had a feeling I would like it better. I mean, I like the first one, but I think I like the second one a little better. The second one took about another 3 hours to make. I know it seems like it shouldn't take that long, but it typically does take. Really, for any of the wreaths I do, it takes a minimum of 3 hours for each one. It's pretty time consuming. So this is the first one. Right there. And I mean, I like it. I do like it, but the second one I like better. There we go. And I put the brown up here too for the stem, but check it out. It's big. There's what the backside looks like. I ran out of brown chenille stems and I had to go with green and then I ran out of green and I had to go to red. So yeah, check it out. So I added this shiny ribbon in here and it's really pretty. You can't tell it really, but it's striped ribbon and has brown and red in it and gold. And I thought it would look really nice with this. So yeah, there's the second one. Now I'm going to add some decorative items to this one too. And then I will come back and we will see how they look after I decorate them. I have added the decorative items to the wreaths. Well, I call it a wreath, it's a decoration. I don't care, whatever. I added some stuff to it. I added the leaves and some sparkly things. I didn't add any flowers. I got to look into the flowers and I just didn't think I wanted to add them, so I didn't. Here's the orange one. Now it probably doesn't look all that different. I did add the bows down here at the bottom, but we've got some little leaves stuck in here and there. These little things. There. Here are the little sparkly things. Now these were some Christmas decorative items I got at Dollar Tree last year, but I thought they would look nice in here. I bought them to make Christmas wreaths, and I had some of these little sparkly things left, so I stuck them in here. And then I nestled a few more right in there. Yeah, so this is the orange wreath, and it's mainly just leaves. It seems like mostly all I added were leaves. And then you have these little berry doohickeys right here. So it's really big. Look how big this thing is. Gosh. It's gigantic. Yeah. And it overlaps on the side over here. Like, I mean, if you were going to hang this on the wall, it's so thick, I don't know how that would work. But, okay, there's the orange one. And I did basically the same thing for the other one. Oops. Okay, and again, we have this plaid bow down here. I added some sparkles in here. Right up here you can see the little sparkles. I put more of this stuff in here. Oh, Olive wants to come help. Hang on a second. Okay, I have to keep going out there to play with her. I can't let her in here because I have wreath making stuff everywhere, and she will get into it, and she tries to eat stuff like this right here. So I have to keep her out of the room while I'm making wreaths. But I keep going out there to hang out with her, and then I come back. So anyway, yeah, I put more of this type of stuff